Hey there YouTube, Thatsa here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys some OU battles with a Sun team I created. I was at work a couple days ago and I really like Sun. It's my favorite type of weather and I've always wanted to make it really competitive, and this is pretty much my first shot at making it really competitive. And just because I want to make it good, that doesn't mean I have to use all good Pokemon. I'm using Zork and Wifi on because they work really well in the team. I don't need to use all OU stuff to make it good, and I hope these next few games and videos really show you guys that. I'm going to be fighting against Cash Money this game. He's using standard, just water, has Gyarados, Politoed, Celebi, uh, Magnezone to catch any steel types, but let's just start the game and get into it. I'm going to lead off with my Victini like I normally do. It's a Choice Scarf Victini. I'm going to be fighting against Donphan, but the reason I lead with Victini is always to catch other Politoads. Yeah, my Victini is Choice Scarf, and it has just enough HP to one-shot the fullest of health Politoads, so that's why I like leading with Victini. It's everyone who's played this game knows that Victini is usually going to be your lead, so that's why I like it. Anyways, I'm going to go for a U-turn to break this dirty. I'm expecting Stealth Rock, so I decide to go out to my Espeon to Magic Bounce them back, which happens. And pretty much he has leftovers, so I scout that, and I'm going to take this opportunity to get a free Reflect. My Espeon is a full, light clay special sweeper, but it has both screens, it has light screen, reflect, I think Slash Shock, and HP Fire. So I decided to HP Fire. I was really expecting him to go to Magnezone there. So he decides to switch out, going to Gyarados. I'm completely fine with that. I have Side Shock the Gyarados because I'm faster, and he just pops a sub. I guess he was thinking I would switch, but since I have a Reflect up, why would I switch? He's then going to eat another Side Shock, and he's going to go for a Dragon Dance. Now, after this turn, he's going to have enough leftovers to use another sub. He's going to do it. He's going to substitute right here. He's probably trying to wait out my Reflect, but since I have Light Clay, that's not really going to happen. His leftovers takes one last tick, and he decides to Waterfall me with his +1. That's obviously not going to kill. Unluckily for him, he didn't get the flinch with his Waterfall, and he's going to die to my Espeon. He's now going to send out Politoed to start up his Rain. I'm going to take this opportunity to set up a light screen, so his Scald won't kill me. I also don't get burned. And then I'm going to switch out, going to my Ninetales to start up the Sun. Now, Ninetales versus Politoed. Look at that damage from that Scald with the light screen up. This is a full Special Wall Ninetales. And Ninetales vs. Politoed is a battle I'll take all day. I'll win that every time. Because now I can set up sub. I also have Sunny Day to use whenever I feel like it. But Donphan vs. Ninetales, he sees I have a sub. He's going to eat my Flamethrower. He's going to Earthquake to kill my sub, because that's pretty much top priority. And I'm going to Flamethrower him again. I mean, of course I can. There's no reason not to, because I really don't want him to set him Stealth Rocks. And he knows I'm going to, so he goes to Politoed. But this is where I'm going to get him. This is why I'll always fight Ninetales versus Politoed, because Ninetales is faster, and Ninetales has Sunny Day. So now, the Scalds are back to doing 10%. That means I can get another sub, which means if he wants to switch to Donphan again, like he does right here, it's a complete fodder of his Donphan. All he did with these last, 4 turns, other than scout my Sunny Day on my Ninetales, is waste his Donphan 100% to 0 for free. So that's really, really good for me. That's 2 things down. And now my light screen's gone, but it's still fine because, like I said, I have Sunny Day. There's the Sunny Day. He's still not going to be breaking my subs with those Scald. And I'm in a really good spot. Because, I'm almost at full now. And you see he just forfeited right there. So that was a really good example of how to pretty much only win with your weather user. Ninetales is a very strong Pokemon depending on how you use it. Just because Politoed has a type advantage over it, that does not mean that Politoed's better than Ninetales in any way. Let's go to the second game. Reset. Reset, please. Alright. So, this is going to be a battle where I played against Drake Hero. This guy was super BM all game, and I don't know why. He was really mad about something. But one thing from his team, you see he has all 3 weather users. So, that's kind of weird, because he doesn't really have anything to capitalize on them with. But then you see, Skarmory set up hazards, Starmie to Revenge Kill, and Hitmontop to Rapid Spin and Revenge Kill with priority moves. So he has a really strong team. Just can't really. He's like a jack of all trades team. But this guy's really mean to me, so he's a jerk. Anyways, you see I was going to lead with Darmanitan. Now, the reason I'm leading with Darmanitan over Victini is Victini can final game with the Politoed, 100% kill it. But I didn't put enough to kill T-Tars because then I would be too slow with my Scarf to V-Create spam. So my Darmanitan is what I lead with when I really expect people to lead with their T-Tars or Skarmory. So looking at this, Darmanitan's a lot better to pretty much fight this guy with. Because I have superpower. There's a superpower, there's the 100 to 0 on the Tranitar, And right off the bat, one of his weather users is down, and I really don't care if he sends out Ninetales, because that's what I want. So once I kill Politoed, this game's going to be free. He goes into Starmie to revenge kill me, that's completely expected. I go into my Ninetales to start the Sun. And I eat a Surf, and that Surf did a ton of damage, because I'm full special wall, but then I see he's Life Orb, so it makes sense. He's stabbing and Life Orbing something. For some reason, I expected him to switch, just because he was like really like, go, make your turn. So I didn't expect him to like stay in and play like the 3-shot game of my Ninetales. I expected him to just switch to Politoed, which he does now. I don't really know why, but whatever. He switched to his Politoed, and remember, this is a battle we want to have every time. I can always pop Sunny Day. So now I have my Sunny Day back, and he's pretty much just wasting turns doing these double swap things, because now I'm just getting my lefties back. He's going to go for a Psychic, not Surf, to break my sub, and I really think it's a good idea to have Psychics on Starmies, because people never expect to stab Psychics from Psychic type. Like, think about it. I'm going to pause it, talk about it. Think about it. Like, if Metagross were to Psychic a Conkeldurr and one-shot it, which happens with, like, no special attack investment, no one would see that coming. Same thing with, like, a Latios. When Latios Psychic something, who really sees that coming? Or, like, a Jirachi. I think it's really... People should do that a lot more often. Like Victini. If right now, if I were just to, like, Psychic someone, no one would see that coming. Anyways, let's get back to it. This time, I really expect him to switch because he's Life Orbed and he has Toxic. I expect him to switch because his Natural Cure would activate. So that's why I went into the Zoroark disguised as Victini, and I knew I could eat an attack anyways. I also got the Sucker Punch Revenge kill on him, so that was really good. Well, I'm not revenge killing, but like priority 1 kill. So he probably thinks my Zoroark is a physical attacker. So he goes to Politoed, then switches off to a Hitmontop to get the Intimi. Luckily for me, I drops accuracy with a Night Daze, and I'm going to switch out. Go to my Wifi on my awesome wall, physical wall. Look how much that did. I mean, like, Hitmontop's not that strong, but, like, still, that's, like nothing. So he's going to go into Ninetales, and I really don't want to fight Ninetales. It kind of sucks out Pop's 90 Day. I really expected him to go into Politoed, but I guess you wouldn't go into Politoed against a Weavion. He should have went to Skarmory. Anyways, I'm going to go out to Victini, expecting a Fire attack, but he didn't use one. So I'm going to U-turn, and go back into my Weavion, because it's my wall, and then he uses a Fire type attack, so I was like, ugh, that was really sloppy for me. I wasted my Weavion for free. At least I can go fight him now with my Victini. He's going to withdraw. This time he goes into Politoed. I expected him to do it the first time. So yeah, that V-Crate does like no damage. I guess I could have Final Gammeted that turn, because I'm already really ahead. But it's fine. He Mud Shots me. And this guy is a Scarf Politoed, because notice how that second that second attack he did, that Mud Shot, was faster than me. Since I'm Scarfed, my speed was dropped by 1, so I didn't expect him to be Scarfed. It's fine, it's no big deal. I go back into my Zoroark. I really was just bothering, but now I don't want to get set up on, so I recall again and go out to Espeon, and I bounce back his Spikes. That's really cool. So I get a free Light Screen off, because I guess I could have used Reflect, but looking at his team, looking at the threats, I see the Politoed and the Ninetales, so that's why I went for a Light Screen. He's going to go into Hitmontop, and I'm expecting Mach Punch, you know, nothing special. He swapped on a HP Fire, so... Alright. I'm going to withdraw. I don't want to eat a Mach Punch, and I see a Sucker Punch, so I'm like, dang it. Victini can't stand now, because I was Sucker Punch killed. So I have to withdraw again. I go back up to Espeon to fodder, and he Sucker Punches again. And I'm like, if he Sucker Punches, I'm just going to like set up a screen. And this time he Mach Punches, because right there I went for the Reflect. So all this really did was waste turns on my Light Screen. That's no big deal. Go to my Ninetales, set up the Sun. He's going to withdraw. He's going to go into Politoed, and this is where his Politoed makes a fatal mistake and gets Toxic. So 26% health Politoed with Toxic, with Spikes. His days are numbered. Yeah, it's called only like 20% with the rain. That's like no damage at all. Yeah, 10%, yeah, it's like 11%. And he's going to die to my Ninetales. So now that his Politoed's gone, it's pretty much going to be GG. I mean, there's a few more turns left, but I have both of my sweepers left, and I have like the Sun to back me up. I can just one-shot all 3 of his Pokemon. So he's going to Mach Punch my Victini. I'm pretty much just switching around for like no reason, hoping he switches that Skarmory, that juicy Skarmory. But he's not going to do it. It's fine. So I'm going to go back out of my Ninetales, because I can fodder this now. It's really no big deal. And I'm going to get Toxic, because I expect the Sucker Punch, but it didn't happen. He Rapid Spins away my Spike. It's good for him, but it's a little bit too late. And now I'm just going to try and fight it. He Mach punches me, I actually live at 2%, and I get a flamethrower off. That's really cool. But yeah, the Toxic's going to be what finishes this guy off. So I want to withdraw, because I expect Sucker Punch, just because I do. And he bulk ups, and I'm like, ah, that's lame. Don't be a lame guy. Because now, like, I gotta kill this thing. So I'm gonna draw back out of Ninetales, expecting the Sucker Punch again. There's a Mach Punch, he expected me to go back to Ninetales there. So that was a good call by him, but it's a little bit too late. Because now, Zoroark comes out. That's right, I did say Zoroark, because my Zoroark has Sucker Punch. And Zoroark, I'm gonna pause it, Zoroark and Bikini both had the same health. They both had the same, their Bikini was like 41, and Zoroark's at 42, so it was really cool how I played that off like that. I've been waiting to do it like all game, because you really wouldn't expect the Victini to priority move the Hitmontop like that. Yeah, like, this is probably where he figured it out, it was, that he figured out it was Zoroark, because Victini can get Sucker Punch. Just like how Zoroark has Flamethrower, so like, I really like using it when I'm disguised as Ninetales, because they don't really know that I'm Zoroark yet. Using Zoroark like that's like a really cool way to use him. Alright, let's go to the last game that I have for you today. Alright, so it's going to be me fighting against just a standard kind of sweeper team. He has Ninetales in it, and a Darmanitan, so he's pretty cool. But in this game, I really hoped he was going to lead with his Acelgor and go for Final Gambit, because I'm always going to have more HP than a Acelgor will. And he does. He actually goes for the Choice Scarf Final Gambit, just like what I'm meant to do. But since I don't need to against this guy, I was just going to go U-turn. And so he sends it as Ninetales, starts Sun for me. It's very nice of you. Yeah, I'm going to U-turn out. I don't really have that many walls in my team, so I'm going to go to my Darmanitan just to eat the fire attack. Yeah, I could have probably stayed in, but well, I couldn't. I was Choice Scarfed, but you get the picture. He's going to withdraw, expecting the Earthquake or Superpower probably, and I'm just going to, like, destroy this Porygon 2. Like, Porygon 2 is known for being super bulky, and I did, like, 78% to it in one attack. And from here on, it's just going to be like the Darmanitan show, like, huge damage to this Ninetales. Sorry, and he resists all the damage. He's eventually going to kill me out. Like, Foil Blitz really did a number on my health, but from here, like, he's so low. I'm going to send out my Zoroark again. Notice how I said Zoroark and Night Days. It's so much fun. Like, he should have noticed that I had full health when my Bikini only has like 20%, but I don't know, he was dumb. He Rock Slides my Zoroark. I had a Sash anyway, so it was fine, and I get a counter off. Counter's really good against complete offensive Pokemon like Darmanitan. And from here, I Sucker Punch his Latios, just because I knew I was going to die. I'm really glad he didn't go for a sub, that would have sucked. And my Zoroark's going to go out, but not before it did the damage. Victini's going to come in, I'm Scarfed, I know that I'm faster. I'm just going to U-turn out, kill Latios, and that's where he forfeited. So, those were, well, I guess it gets the semi-Ninetales out. So those were 3 games I played. I didn't really get to use Leafeon all that much. Tomorrow's games I'm going to have a lot more Leafeon in it. Leafeon's just so broke. I really like the way this team runs. It's super offensive, like there's not really that many walls in it, but I really, really like it. And like I said, Sun's my favorite team, so using a Sun team like this really is a good way for me to finish off Gen 5, and hopefully it gets a lot better in Gen 6. So I hope you guys like the games. Leave any comments or something saying if there's any cool strategies you like to use in Sun teams. And I guess I'll see you guys next time.